this is the best look of her we get. So let's address the elephant in the room. You've heard the theory before, and I love it too. Could it be that Emily is in fact Andy's mum? I have a definitive answer for you today. Let's look at all the evidence. First, from just our eyes. Does adult Emily look a little like mum? Absolutely. Though I can't find a repeat of the flowery shirt she wears, that bob haircut is totally on point. And Andy's mum has always rocked the shorter look. Whilst at the same time, this is 1999. This could just be down to technical limitations. Look at how they handled Andy's friends in Toy Story 1. Those boys are all just clones of Andy. And Pixar hadn't mastered human work just yet, so perhaps this is just a body double for the sake of efficiency. But speaking of 1999, would the timeline even line up? Well, having already debunked the rock and roll concert date, assuming this shot in Emily is set in the 1970s, Emily would be somewhere in the mid-teens for this, putting her birthday somewhere in the 1960s. 15 in 1975, center of the disco era? Great, let's run with that. So yes, timeline-wise, it totally works. What's more, we have extra evidence. Remember that Lima's concert? Back to it again. We see them already in this movie in another form, as they were similarly being sold at that yard sale from the start of the movie, albeit on more modern tech. You've also got one that particularly blows my mind the first time I heard it, and that was Andy's hat itself. This is not quite the Woody hat, with that little white addition around the end as well as a faded mark orbiting the whole thing. That's much more in line with a Jessie hat, and implies it could have been handed down from the time Emily had hers, since she definitely has a hat. Look what merch object doesn't get put in the boxes. Emily seemingly keeps the hat. It's odd since that design for a hat was also in Toy Story 1, when Jessie very much hadn't been designed yet, and perhaps designed Jessie's look based on Andy's bigger hat. It's a theory. The idea that Emily could be interpreted as a young Andy's mum is one that many of the Pixar staffers may not have intended, but perhaps may have wished they had thought of. But otherwise, on the official front, this theory is confirmed to not be the case. Psych! This is art, and art is subjective. Just because the creators didn't intend it to be that way doesn't mean that you can't interpret it that way anyway. The evidence is clearly there, and it is more than enough to run with. Forget about how Jessie doesn't recognize the mum. Could be all off screen and she gets over it. Besides, if any staffer likes the theory enough, they could easily incorporate it more in the future, and we would never know. So definitively, I say yes. You can interpret art however you wish, and it lines up enough. I'm certainly going to take it as a headcanon, and I think it only enriches the universe a little bit more. We on the same page? Great.